Hey guys, welcome to lesson 1 of unit 3. We are going to be starting with connecting fractions and division, part 1. So we'll do a part 2 in lesson 3.2. Our objective is going to be able to solve division number stories that lead to fractional answers. So let's start off with a warm-up. Here we have a number story. What I would like you to do is to pause the video and on a slate or a piece of paper, write the expression that connects to a model for the number story. Jonah had 2 rabbits. He bought 4 more rabbits. He has 3 cages, and he wants to put the same number of rabbits in each cage. How many rabbits will go in each cage? So pause for a second. Figure out how many rabbits are going to go into each cage. All right, so you'll see I circled 2, 4, and 3. I boxed in more because it tells me he got 4 more with that 2 and 3 cages, and then I underlined how many rabbits will go in each cage. So I've started my thinking over here. He had 2 rabbits. He bought 4 more, so I know 2 plus 4, so he has 6 rabbits total. He wants to put 6 rabbits into 3 different cages, so I know that's going to be dividing. He's going to take 6 rabbits and divide them equally among 3. So I know 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2. The answer is going to be 2 rabbits will go into each cage. Oops. As usual, we've got a vocabulary term that we want to review, and that is the word model. Remember, it means a representation of a real-world object or situation. Number sentences, diagrams, and pictures can be used as models. So let's take a look at the math message for this one. Again, we are, just a reminder, we're working on solving division number stories, and they're going to lead to a fractional answer. After his basketball game, Nico split a veggie pizza evenly with 2 of his friends. How much pizza did each person get? So you can use your fraction circle pieces and be prepared to explain how you solve the problem. So for this problem, it says you can use your fraction circle pieces. So I want to remind you, you can go to the Everyday Math website and you can click on this menu right here and click on eToolkit, and it'll bring up this blank slide here, and you'll click on eTools and you'll scroll down to fraction circles here, and you can use these different fraction circles. You can do fraction circles, or you can even use the pieces. So going back to our question, he had a veggie pizza. He's splitting with 2 friends. So if I'm doing Nico with his 2 friends, because I'm sure he's going to want a piece of pizza, there's 3 people total. So when I'm looking at those fraction circles, I can see that right here we've got 1, 2, 3, and I can even use the pieces. I can see that we've got 1, 2, and 3. These 3 pieces together will make that whole. And I think we can put, yeah, so we can put those together just like that. And so we've created, so you can see we've got 3 pieces. So each person will get 1/3 of the pizza. So, like I said, in today's lesson, we're going to explore different ways of modeling number stories that have fractional answers, meaning the answers are going to be a fraction. So just like this one, the answer was 1/3. Each person gets 1/3 of the pizza. So let's look at a couple more examples. Darian and Ashley made an apple pie for their family. They cut the pie into 8 equal slices. If 4 people split the pie equally, how much pie will each person get? So I'm going to come to my toolkit and let's clear this out. I'll just open a new one over here. So I've got my fraction circles, and I know that they did 8. So I'm gonna look here. I've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I know that one's too big now. So that's not the one I want. So you'll see it might take you a couple tries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not big enough. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. So we'll put those over there. And I'm seeing that we actually have 4 people. Okay, there's 8 pieces of this, but there's 4 people total. So I'm going to actually write on this. I'm going to say this is going to be person 1, person 2, person 3, person 4, then person 1, person 2, person 3, and person 4. So I'm going to look back in here and I'm going to see, change the color here for you, that person 1 gets 1 and 2. Okay, they get 2 out of how many slices total? 8 slices total. So they get 2/8 of the pie. So again, they cut it into 8 equal slices. 4 people split it. How much pie will each person get? They get 2 out of 8 slices. Amisha's family made pancakes for breakfast. There were 2 pancakes left, and Amisha and her 2 sisters all wanted more. So, if the 3 girls split the 2 pancakes equally, what portion of the pancake will each girl get? This one's a little bit more tricky. So again, we'll come over here and let's clear this out. Maybe. All right. So again, I'm going to come over here to my toolkit. I'm going to get my fraction circles. And I can see, oops, wrong one, that there are 2 pancakes left and there are 3 sisters. So when I'm looking at this, I'm going to just put 2 full pancakes out there. So we've got 2 full pancakes. Now this time, I know that there are 3 girls total. So when I'm looking at this, my whole pancake, I'm going to split it into, so there is 3 pieces, and I'm going to cut this one into 3 pieces. Hopefully they'd be a little bit more equal than that. And I'm going to put person 1, person 2, person 3. Person 1, person 2, and person 3. Okay? So what you'll see though is, even though there's 2 pancakes, we're only talking about 1 whole pancake. And I can see that this one, there's person 1, and there's person 1. That's 2 pieces out of, and that's not 6 total. We're only wanting to figure out how much of it's not pizza, pancakes. And we know 1 pancake has 1, 2, 3 pieces in it. So each person will get 2/3 of a pancake. Okay? There's 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'll show you a little tip here. If I take 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3, because that would be the 3 girls, I should get an answer that represents 2 pancakes total. So I got 2, 4, 6. That would be 6/3. And we can see that. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/3. And I know that 6/3 is the same thing as 6 divided by 3, which equals my 2 pancakes. So 2/3. Each girl is going to get 2/3 of a pancake. So if we have a half of a pancake, so that we have this, we see that we would split this in half. We want to know how would we do that with sixth pieces. So I want to show you that what we would do here, okay, what we would do here is, again, with the fraction circle pieces, I'm going to split it in half. I'm going to put half here. And then I'm going to go over to my pieces. I got to figure out first, you can look at these circles, and I can see that the light blue represents sixth. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and I can see 3 here. So you can see, we can overlay that. 3/6 would be the same as 1/2. Okay, so how would we show 1/2 pancakes with 6 pieces? That's right here. 1, 2, 3. 3/6 equals a half. So you just created an equivalent fraction as well. So the number stories that I just looked at and we just solved together are called fair share stories because they involve sharing something equally or fairly. Although fraction circle pieces are useful models, they're not the only thing that we can use to help represent fair shares. So let's take a look at another one. Leela brought 6 graham cracker squares for a snack. She wants to share them with 3 friends. If they share squares equally, how much will each person get? So we can take 6 graham crackers and we can share them with 3 friends. What I can do here is I can take my graham crackers and I can use the fraction circle pieces, but those are it's not always the answer. So what you'll see here is some possible strategies. We can draw 6 squares to represent the 6 graham crackers. Break each square into fourths because there are 4 people, not just 3. Because if we look back at this, Leah wants to share them with 3 friends. So it's Leela plus 3. That gives us the 4 total. So we can distribute 1/4 from each square to each person. Each person is going to get 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. Or that's the same thing as taking 6 times 1/4, which tells us each person is going to get 6/4. They're going to get more than 1 graham cracker. Another strategy is to draw the 6 squares to represent the 6 graham crackers. Distribute 1 whole square to each person, and then break up the remaining 2 squares into fourths, giving them 1 graham cracker plus 1/4 plus 1/4, or 1 2/4 crackers. Fun fact, 1 2/4 is also the same as 1 1/2. And the third one would be something like this. Draw 6 squares to represent the 6 graham crackers. Distribute 1 whole square to each person, and then break the 2 squares in half, give each person 1/2. So they still get that 1 1/2 graham crackers. So go ahead at this time, if you haven't gotten your math journal out, go ahead and grab that, turn to page 71, and let's take a look at what we're going to do here. I'm going to do number 1 for you. I'm going to talk through it, show my model, and then you're going to do number 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so again, you can use the fraction circle pieces, you can do drawings, you can write number sentences, whatever is best for you with your thinking. So Mary and her 2 friends were working on a project or a science project. Okay, they share 1 pizza equally as a snack. How much pizza did each person get? So I'm going to get my pen here if I can. I've lost it since nope. Okay. So we'll do this. I've got Mary and her 2 friends are working on a science project. They share 1 pizza equally. How much pizza will each person get? So I'm going to look at this and I can see that it says Mary and her 2 friends. So I know it's 1 plus 2, which is 3. So I'm going to come over here to my toolkit and I'm going to actually write that in here. So I've got 3 people, and they share 1 pizza equally, okay? How much will each person get? So coming back here, we've got 1 pizza. So I like to write these out. 1 pizza divided by 3 people. I want you to look. I've created something already by doing this. If I look right here, just at the number, I've created that fraction. 1 pizza divided by 3 people is going to equal 1/3 each. So notice I didn't need my fraction circles. You could use them if you wanted, but you don't have to. So when we take a look at this, see what they got? Okay, 1/3 pizza. They did use a fraction circle. They did the 3 pieces, and they got 1/3. So the next 3 problems are for you to look at and practice. Jose is taking care of a neighbor's cat. The neighbor will be gone for 5 days and left 3 cans of cat food. The cat is supposed to eat the same amount each day. How much food does Jose give the cat each day? You might want to draw a picture for this one. That's my tip for number 2. The fraction circles probably won't work very well on this one. You can try them. Number 3, a school received a shipment of 4 boxes of paper. The school wants to split the paper equally among its 3 printers. How much paper should go to each printer? Sorry. And 4, Adrian bought 2 loaves of olive bread to school for class celebration. There were 12 people who wanted to try the bread. They decided to split the loaves evenly. How much bread will each person receive? Go ahead, pause your video now, work on problems 2, 3, and 4, then come back and let's check our work together. All right, so number 2, you can see that each the cat each day, should get 3/5 of a can. So the picture here we have are the 3 cans of food, 1, 2, 3. And then you can see within each can, we split it into 5 days, okay? So day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I'm only looking at day 1, I see they get 1, 2, 3. And remember, it's not how many pieces we have total, but how much equals 1. And so we see that each one can hold 5. So it's 3/5 of a can is how much the food the cat should get each day. As for the paper for the printer, 4/3 or 1 1/3. You can see the picture here. They drew out 4 boxes of paper, and they gave each printer 1 box, and then they had that 1 left over, giving it 1, 2, 3. So they got 1 1/3 boxes of paper. And finally, how much bread? Let's take a look. 2/12 or 1/6. So on 3 and 4, when we've got this word or, that means 4/3 is equal to 1 1/3. And down here, 2/12 is equal to 1/6. You can see that they drew out basically like 2 loaves of bread, and then they divided it up into 12 people. They divided it up into 12 people. So again, Adrian bought 2 loaves of olive bread. There were 12 people who wanted to try it and decided to split the loaf evenly. How much did each person get? They got 2/12 or 1/6 of a loaf. Just the loaf. Okay. So that's all we have for today's lesson. Again, today was just part 1. So obviously tomorrow, the next lesson, we're going to be continuing this. All we're focusing on is connecting fractions and division together. So making sure that we understand that those 2 things can kind of go together. Now it's time to go check out what your independent work is.